Welcome to the Revitalization Blueprint podcast. I'm your host, Ollie Matthews, an expert when it comes to health optimization for successful entrepreneurs. Here, you will find all you need to make sure you can fully optimize your health, transforming your body, mind, business, and relationships to become the upgraded, 100% revitalized modern man that you deserve to be. Enjoy. Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Easter. I hope you had a great Easter. If you're over here in the UK and everything's closed, or if you are somewhere and you don't celebrate Easter, then cool. I hope you had a great weekend. It's a long weekend over here in the UK, and I want to get onto the topic of what to do when you actually fall off, because no matter how perfect we are at tracking our food, at having a goal, at actually getting to a certain place, there will come a time when you fall off. And I actually think it's healthy to fall off to a certain degree. Now, my analogy, as you'll probably know if you've read my book, The One Day Body Upgrade, in the Everest chapter, is just simply stick your ice axe in and climb back up the mountain. If you're sliding down, you're not going to let yourself fall. You're going to hit that ice axe into the ice, into the snow, dig it nice and deep, stop your fall. Then you're going to start pulling back up to get to the summit again. Or if you're going down, you're going to get your foot in and then you're going to start walking down again. Now, this is the same with food. So many people fall off and then they wait. They think, oh, hang on, it's been a bank holiday weekend here in the UK. We've had Good Friday, Saturday, Easter Sunday, Bank Holiday Monday. Now, there's no point for me to actually stay on track this week. Therefore, I'm going to start next Monday, because that world-renowned rule that all diets should start on a Monday, which is a load of bullshit, really, because diets can start whenever they need to start. And on that note as well, let's not say a diet plan. Here's an example for myself. I ate a lot on Saturday because we went out for a nice afternoon meal. And then on Sunday we had a massive family get together. On point the rest of the week. Yesterday a little bit more because of a long cycle ride. Now, I could simply think, I've fallen off now and I should stay off point until next Monday. However, Friday I fly to New York and I'm there until Tuesday. Therefore, if I then said that same mentality to myself, I would get back late Tuesday and think, okay, this whole week's gone now. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm now going to be falling off again and start again the following Monday, which is actually another bank holiday here in the UK because Easter being late this year. Therefore, we've got another week that then happens to be Tuesday where we would potentially start. However, that mentality of failing minutely leads us to lose another week. And before you know it, rather than being up 2, 3, 4 pounds of food in your digestive tract, you've actually put on fat. And you're quite overwhelmed when you jump on the scales. Rather than actually putting on a pound or two, you've put on 10, 15 pounds, which can easily happen. A lot of water retention, some fat gains, some carbohydrate stores that are in your muscles. It is just weight. And there's only one way to deal with it, and it's to simply get back on the boat, start rowing and moving forward. Hit your ice axe in, whatever it is, just simply start again. Too many of us are perfectionists. And when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to training, we can't be perfectionists, because it's going to essentially lead us to failure. It's going to lead us to failure to the point where we're not going to get anywhere and we will get frustrated. We're already in a stressful world and it's going to lead us to fall off. And that's self-hate, which is not good for anyone. Now, if you have eaten a lot at Easter, great, cool. What can you do now? Here's what some people do. As I've said about getting back on the boat, start rowing, start climbing the mountain again. Some people, unfortunately, will do some drastic measures, which are not going to be good for their stress levels. Just think about your body. You've been eating, as much as I hate saying the term, clean eating. You've been eating clean for a little bit. Then you put a load of crap in your body. You enjoy it at the time, but your body doesn't. It's quite stressed. You're bloated. You're holding water. You've got a lot of inflammation in there. Some people will then go and detox. And by detox, they may go and take loads of laxatives or something, which is going to add more stress and pump out the goodness from your body, which you really want in there. Some people might fast for a day or 2 or 3 days, thinking that that's going to balance it out. Some people might go and do 4 hours of cardio. Go train 3-4 times a day. Now I'm going to get onto the topic of this because that is something which I used to do, but that will be in probably next week's podcast, where I'm going to talk about how I used to deal with stress. Some people use junk food, some people use alcohol, some people use drugs, sex addiction, whatever your thing was. Mine was exercise, but we'll get to that. But the simple thing to do when you do fall off is to get back going again. Now, if you are someone who is a perfectionist, like myself, I used to find it really hard to have a meal off in the afternoon and then get back on track. I used to hate going out for lunch because that meant I'd eat some crap at lunch, maybe have a dessert, and then I would just eat crap for the rest of the day because, I'd blown it. And when I talk about failing minutely, that is what so many people do. But the example would be, as I've said earlier, that someone might fail on a Wednesday. Then they end up waiting until Monday to start. Rather than saying, okay, I'll get back on track Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or they get back on for the next meal. The important thing to remember, in fact, 2 important things. The first one, did you enjoy your time? I loved my weekend. We had an Easter egg hunt. My niece is 2.5 years old. My sister is expecting another baby in July. So it was lovely to have the whole family together. I didn't get any Easter eggs on the hunt because my niece nicked them all and then cried when I wanted to actually have one. Yep. Women. Hang on, that's not PC. Anyway, I didn't get the egg. However, I had plenty of scones. We had afternoon tea style stuff. And it was amazing to spend that time with my family. My mum lost one of her dogs last week. The other dog is not in a good place. Bless him, he's 15 years old. And it was nice to spend that time with my mum, who's a little bit upset about the dog. We're all upset. And with Monty, the other dog, knowing that there may not be any more Easters for him. And to spend it with my grandparents, essentially, my stepdad's parents, my cousins, it was amazing. And I love family. Now, just because I ate a lot of food, the old Ollie would have been feeling guilty. The old Ollie would have been doing all the exercise. The old Ollie would have been starving himself. It wasn't healthy. Now, so what? You fell off. You enjoyed the day. You spent some time with family. You got some more memories. Now you're back on the game. And you're back ready to feel great again. I hope you've got something from this podcast. If you have any ideas of topics you want me to cover, drop me a message on Facebook, on Twitter, OJAYPT, the same on Instagram, or simply in an email, ollie@revitalizationblueprint.com. Now, if you want to see my words or get some advice from me, drop me a message on those, or get on Amazon, look for the book, The One Day Body Upgrade. And a special event is actually coming up. An event which isn't just for health. It is for funnels, it is for marketing, it is for sales, it is for copy, it is for structuring your day correctly, branding. So if you are looking to build your business, because your body is your business. Without a sustainable body, you haven't got a sustainable or scalable business. But once you've got that sustainable body, this is what is going to take you to that next level. Get over to sofasummit.co.uk and get signed up, because on the 1st and 2nd of June, we are going to change your lives for the better. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you next week.